Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the kitchen. Today we are making an apple pie cheesecake to celebrate the 4th of July with this 250-year celebration. Let's get started. First, we're going to start with our base. We're going to get about 24 ounces of whipped cream cheese and get that into our mixing bowl for our KitchenAid. We're going to get about a cup of brown sugar, add that together. Mix that all up until it's thoroughly combined. Normally I'd go with white sugar, but I didn't have any, so I tried to use brown sugar, and I was pleasantly surprised on how well it came out. Regardless, we're gonna get 3 eggs and mix them all together, one at a time until thoroughly combined. Don't forget to stop and mix it from the bottom so that way you get everything thoroughly mixed. Now, we're gonna add about a tablespoon of vanilla extract. We're also gonna get some caramel extract and add that as well while everything's mixing up. And then we're gonna do about a half cup of sour cream as an added bonus. Now I had this cake in my refrigerator. It turned out a little bit on the drier side, so we decided that we're gonna make that into our crust instead of doing like graham crackers and things like that. Something different, but another good, pleasant surprise. Now, all you're gonna do is just get that and kind of mash that into the bottom of your springform pan until it starts to form crust. I also like to kind of spread it up on the sides as well, so that way it'll hold all of your cheesecake mixture. Sounds a little unorthodox, but because we're not adding a whole lot of sugar to our cheesecake mixture, this is gonna help give it that extra little bit of sweetness to where it's not overpowering. Now, of course, put all of your cheesecake mixing into your springform pan. We're gonna kind of drop that a couple times, get those extra air bubbles out, and then we're gonna bake it at 325 for an hour and a half to about 2 hours. Now, because it's a cheesecake, don't forget to add your water to the pan so that way you can have a water bath and it bakes evenly. Now, while that's going, we're gonna start our apple pie mixture. So we're just gonna get about 4 apples and then just a large dice them up. You can go with whatever apples you want, but I'm going with Envy today. We're gonna start cooking them in a little bit of some butter. Now, I could have gone with a bigger pan in this case, but of course they cook down, so it'd be fine. We're gonna add some brown sugar, a little syrup. You can also add some cinnamon and some cardamom as well as an added bonus. I also wanted to add a little bit of molasses, and I also went with some dark brown sugar. Now we're gonna let that all kind of cook down before we add a little bit of slurry with a little bit of cornstarch and water to help thicken up our sauce. Don't forget to add a little bit of salt, because with all that sweetener that we're adding, you get a little bit of salt is definitely gonna help tone it down and balance out all those flavors. Take them out of the pan when you're happy with it and let it cool down. Finally, for our crumble, we're gonna get a half cup of flour. We're gonna get 2 packets of apple cinnamon oatmeal, a little bit of cardamom as well, a teaspoon of vanilla, and some ice cold butter, about a 1/4 cup. So you wanna mix all this up. The reason for the cold butter is because it's gonna help everything kind of clump up together all before you bake it off. Now we're gonna throw that into the oven at 325 for about 15 to 20 minutes, maybe even 25 minutes, just until you get this beautiful dark golden color on your crumble topping. Set it aside and wait till your cheesecake is done. Now, with our cheesecake, we've got that little bit of jiggle on it, so we're gonna let that start to cool. Let it go about 6 hours. You can even let it go overnight if you want, but after you get to a certain point, it's good to start putting it all together. We're gonna start by pouring all of our apples on top. Now, I probably could have done this first and then added some apples to our cheesecake mixture, but this is what we went with. Then, you're just gonna get your crumble topping and just carefully place that right over the top. This is one where you probably could have put some of that inside your cheesecake too, but I didn't think about it until everything was done, so that's on me. Now that we've let it sit for 7 hours, we're just gonna have our grand unveil. I don't know why, but I always love this part when it comes to making cheesecake. And look at that, rightfully so. Now, all we're gonna do is wrap it up by getting a nice sharp knife, and we're just gonna get a slice of cheesecake ready so that way we can enjoy it. And this is what we're left with. Looks really good, and ultimately it came out awesome. So if you're getting ready for 4th of July, this is a great recipe to do. I hope you all learned something today. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and we're gonna catch you later. But have a safe and happy 4th of July holiday. Thanks for tuning in.